Good morning. Here we are, a Wednesday morning today. Yeah, not that that really has any bearing on anything, it's just interesting conversation, I suppose. We do like to make lots of interesting conversations about things. So today is Wednesday, 23rd of September. That anchors us in space, it locks us into a place. But actually, does it really matter? Well, I suppose if you've got meetings on Wednesday the 23rd, or you have to do things on the 23rd, you have appointments, then yes it does. But for the most part, it's another day. It's an interesting topic of conversation to start a Qigong class with. Anyway, moving swiftly on, today we're playing with syncing. Syncing your energy through your body. What does that even mean? The trouble with all of these things is that descriptions kind of fail after a certain point. You get to a point where it has to be something that's experienced. So all that can really be done is pass on a kind of an understanding of the feelings that you're experiencing, what it is that you experience, so that you can then pick up, or that I can lost the will to speak at the moment. Lost the ability to speak, not the will, the ability. So that I can pass on to you experiences and things that I'm perceiving, but then you need to take those experiences and what you perceive and run with it and find out how that actually attributes to yourself, if at all. So one of the things that I do say is that anything that I say, if it feels light and expansive, then there's a truth there for you, there's a connection, there's something that will work for you, and you can play with that. If it feels heavy and constrictive and there's a resistance there, it could be that, one, it's not true for you, in which case just play with it, have fun with it, find me as entertaining as you like and ignore everything I say. Or it could be that you have a resistance to something that you can work on in order to get through that and find something deeper within yourself. It sounded like there should be another thing there, but I can't think of another thing there, so that's fine. So they're the reasons that, or they're the things that it could be. It could be that there's something that will work for you, but you're just not ready to hear it yet. Or it could be something that will never be true for you, or it will make you feel light and expansive, in which case play with it, run with it, and that's absolutely fantastic. Either of those scenarios, if you like, are absolutely fine, and they're all allowed within the Tao, because there is always the balance, one side or the other, the harmony. Balance is the wrong word, harmony between one side and the other. So syncing, what we're trying to do is allow the body to release to the point where you can allow your energy to sink down and connect with your feet. Okay, so the difficulty with that is that it's very easy to sort of like let gravity win, and your structure just like crushes down into the ground and you end up flat. So that's not what we're trying to do. Syncing is allowing yourself to stand upright, releasing all the tension out of the body, and then get that sense of energy or gravity or whatever you want to call it, sinking down through and connecting with and through and out through the soles of your feet. And we do lots and lots of exercises where we come up, using the breath to open up, rise up, and then using the breath, breathing out to sink down. So we're sinking into the hips, we're sinking into dropping the tailbone, sinking into the thighs. Don't push your knees over the end of the toes. For Tai Chi, we don't do that. Other systems do. Bagua can do that. So the knee can actually push further than the edge of the toes. But for Tai Chi, we keep ourselves more upright. Okay, it's not because that's the right way and the only way and that's the way you do it. It's just that the Tai Chi system and the way we do our exercises relies more on that. Not relies. Features that as a function of the methodology that we teach. Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. Okie doke, right, shut up Andrew and just do some Qigong. So, we find our shoulder width, and if you need to find your shoulder width, two feet together, turn at your toes, turn at your heels. So that will find your natural shoulder width. The natural distance apart that you want your hips to be, or you want your feet to be, so that they can work happily with the hips and so that you can stand comfortably. And then just take a moment, we connect with the soles of the feet, let the feet just spread out. And let the ankles soften. Opening up the knee joints. Releasing the hips. And then your tailbone drops. So that levels the pelvis and opens up the lower back. So we're relaxing down through the legs now, releasing down through the legs down. It's like you're sitting on a stool, so you're engaging this part of the body here and down. And then we're starting to sink everything down into the feet. Now, as you start to sink everything down into the feet, there is a tendency or a capacity for the spine to do this and start to roll forward. That's an exaggeration, okay? But if we keep our shoulders in line with our hips here and elongate the spine so the spine opens up, the shoulders can then rest neutrally over the hips, and we can allow that sinking to continue on down through the body without crushing down through the spine. And then we pull the chin in, tuck the chin in very gently here, so it raises the head, suspends the head, but you need to empty the neck, because you could pull your chin in like, oh, and now all of a sudden I've got tension in my shoulders and that's pulling down and hurting. So I'm releasing, relaxing, and allowing my head to be suspended. So it's like all your bones are now floating upright while your muscles relax, release, and the action of the muscles feels like it's sinking down. So by releasing and relaxing the muscles, you can allow your energy to sink down through your feet. And breathing into the belly, opening up as you breathe in, so the belly expands, and breathing out, the belly contracts. So then we begin the exercises. We breathe in, hands come up to the chest, turn the palms up over the head. And as we breathe out, the arms circle around, releasing the shoulders, and we sink down, sitting down into the feet. And breathing in, we come up. And breathe out, sinking down. Now, as you're doing this, you might start to get a sense of your energy as it's sinking down, but it wants to continue sinking down even when you get to this point. In which case, allow yourself just to continue to sit down and just bring the arms up, breathing in. And breathe out. And just keep doing that until you get the point or feeling that the energy wants to return back up again, in which case then you come up. And breathe out. See what the energy wants to do. If it wants to carry on upright, that's fine. So you're reading and feeling the sensations through your body. We say energy because it's a term that can be used to describe it. Okay, but it's actually you're feeling what's going on in the body, as opposed to just willy-nilly waving the arms about. Because sometimes it takes a while to get the sinking and rising in sync with everything else. So today we're playing with just sinking and feeling those sensations through the body. As you're doing this, like I say, you might just get that sensation that you really don't want to come up. You just let the energy just continue to sink down and do what it needs to do. Remember, you're just looking for those areas where you might be resisting, twisting, fighting yourself, instead of allowing everything to release and sink. And that's not a bad thing, that's just the way you've conditioned your body up until now. And so now with the Qigong and the Tai Chi, we are reconditioning the body to do something different. So the tension in the body is something that we're releasing and letting go of. Okay. That can be a bit misleading because you need some form of dynamic tension in order to hold you upright, but there is this quality within the muscles, within the body, where things open up and you can feel light and expansive, and you get more of a sense of what we're talking about when we're talking about the energy in the body. Do one more of these, breathing in, hand comes up to the chest. Breathe out, push the hands down, sink down. And just come to rest, feeling the ground under your feet. Tailbone dropping, spine elongating, shoulders resting over the hips, chin tucked in, raising the head. Just take a few breaths. Get a sense of your energy sinking down into the ground. And breathing in, bring the hands up to the chest, coming up. Breathe out, turn left hand up, right hand down, sinking. Breathing in. And for this exercise, it's the same game as before. Okay, so if you feel like everything's still sinking down when you get to the end of this point, then you can bring the hands back up to the chest, but stay sunk. Excuse me. How broken your concentration. Take your time just to come back and rest in back in sync. And we change, so pushing down, coming to rest. So that's quite interesting. I'm going to sneeze again, apologies. You cannot remove external influences and external impacts. So part of the skill of syncing, part of the skill of song, part of the skill of all of this is the ability in which, our ability and the speed at which we can return ourselves to a state of centeredness, irrespective of what's going on around us. So there might be that annoying noise going on outside. Always on a Wednesday morning we get the binman. So as the binman turn up, you get the noise, and I'm in that nice state, we're relaxing, we're sort of chilling out, but you can't stop the binman. So you've just got to allow that to happen around you, but still maintain your center if you can. So we're going to sinking down through the feet. Again, dropping the tailbone, raising the shoulders, tucking the chin in so that everything floats upright, skeleton-wise, structure-wise, but the muscles release and sink down. And then just turn the waist, sinking down through the feet, and feeling the turning in the waist. Let the arms just swing. Really concentrate, focus. Really focus on allowing the mind to sink down into the center of the body and let your energy sink down through your feet. Let energy sink down through your feet. It's not so much your energy. You want your energy to follow your mind, so your chi is following the mind, but you're allowing the forces around you, gravity which pulls down, to drift down through your body without catching on anything, which is why you need to release, so that we don't have anything with which gravity can grab onto and pull down on, push down, push down, push down, pull down. You have to play with that and see what you feel. What's your awareness? And just let the arms just swing. Softening the spine. Softening the muscles either side of the spine. And switching the arms off. Still sinking into the feet as though you're sitting on a stool. Change, let the hands swing out to the side and see how that changes the feeling down through your body. Be aware of what's going on with your feet. Breathing into the belly and let everything just release and sink down. And then we change, coming to rest. Breathing in, let the hands come up. Breathing out, sinking. Let the hands drop. Not drop, float down. Breathing in, open. Breathing out, close. Keep going. So again, just connecting with your feet. Sinking down through the hips. Tailbone tucked under, chin tucked in. Sitting back against the spine. And just get that sense of the flow, direction of energy. Sinking down through your body. The mind dropping to the Tandien, the belly, the center, if you like. We're going to change. Circling the hands round. Right hand in front of the face, the left hand comes down. Holding a ball, turning the waist. Turn the palms, swap over, turn the waist. Turn the palms, swap the hands, turn the waist. Now we want to get that smooth so that it starts to flow. Again, sitting back against the spine, into the pelvis, letting the tailbone drop, sinking down through your feet. Mind into the belly, using the waist and sinking. One more. And then just circle the lower hand up. So both hands come to the chest. And as you breathe in, let the hands sink down. And close the hands over the belly. Left hand under right for men, right hand under left for ladies. Sinking down through the feet, dropping the tailbone as you're sitting down. Shoulders resting over the hips, chin tucked in. All the bones floating upright. Muscles release and sink. So all the white tissue, all the tension, just sink it down through to your feet. Now obviously your shoulders aren't going to drop down and go through your feet, but it's a sensation, a quality that you're looking for, where everything feels like it's dropping down and that gravity can flow down through your body without resistance. Change, bring the hands up, just wiggle the fingers at the ends of the arms. Bring the hands down, circle the hands. Change, breathing in, come up onto the toes. Breathe out, let yourself drop and feel that sinking down through to the end of the out breath. Come up and drop. Keep going. One more. And relax. Come up. Give the legs a shake. So, thank you so much for joining me this morning. If you have any insights or would like to share any comments or feedback or would like to ask a question, please post them in the comments below. If you have a deeper understanding of the concept and the methodology and the practice and the conditioning and all of that that goes around with syncing, then please by all means put your insights below as well, because it's always good for everybody to learn from things like that, including myself, because I haven't got it all yet, but I'm working on it, and I've got a level of understanding which is hopefully below where most of you are, so that it can help you find your way on your path. So if anybody out there can give me more pointers on how I can find my way on my path, that would be greatly appreciated. Okay, so if we could tag, share and like this video so we can get it far and wide, that would be absolutely fantastic. And I'll be back tomorrow morning, 7 AM, with another one of these. Again, thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.